Attorney Kip from Malek and Malek. Today I'm going to be talking about medical bills, and the admonishment I give is you should always reach out to a workers' comp attorney. Either you can talk to us, give us a call, or search on Google, ask your friends, get a referral to a workers' comp attorney. And if you have any issues with your workers' comp claim, you need to present it to either us or them and see if we could help you. But today we're going to be talking about bills. Specifically, talking about the fact that you have to submit your bills within a year of the date of service of that treatment. So for example, let's say you get injured on April 1st of 2021. You have an emergency company, EMS. They pick you up from your work and take you off to the hospital. You must take that bill and submit it to the managed care organization, which is basically, that's the component of your workers' comp claim. They're the company that's going to be paying the bills, the medical bills in the claim. You must submit it to that managed care organization within a year of the date of service of that treatment. So if, again, you get picked up by the EMS on April 1st of 2021, they generate a $1,000 bill. You need to take that $1,000 bill and you need to submit it to the managed care organization. In this case, before, I would submit it way before, but the deadline would be April 1st of 2022. So you'd want to submit the bill before that date. So that's the basic hard and fast rule. If you submit the bill on April 2nd of 2022, it's too late, okay? And the MCO is not going to pay it. Even though it's 100% related to the work injury, you got injured, you have a loud claim, and you were taken to the hospital. There's no dispute about that, but if it's submitted too late, you're SOL on that issue. Now the other issue is, so with medical treatment, MRIs, consults, anything like that, your BWC physician of record, what they'll do is they'll fill out a C9, and I've had videos that talk about how that works. They'll submit a C9, they'll submit it to the MCO, and then the MCO will either approve or deny it, and then we'll go through. If it's denied, we'll ADR appeal it, we'll have a hearing, okay? And if it goes to a hearing and it's denied, then that's it, it's denied. You could maybe pursue that treatment through your private insurance, Medicaid, veterans benefits, whatever. So now what happens if for whatever reason you have the treatment undertaken before it's authorized? Again, you would need to have that treatment. So like, let's say you get a consult and the consult's not authorized to the claim, and so you're trying to get a retroactive treatment. So that whoever that is, they'd have to submit a C9 for retroactive authorization for that consult. You would file that to the MCO. The MCO would either appeal it or deny it. If they deny it, you'd have a hearing. If it's authorized, great, that consult gets paid for. If it's denied, then the consult does not get paid for. And so what happens in that instance is there's the code section 4123-6X25, and it specifically states, so in that instance, if it was authorized, or if it was undertaken, this back consult, before it was authorized, and then it was, and then after the fact you go to the hearing and it's denied, that back specialist cannot bill you for that treatment. It was denied, okay? So they should have gone through prior authorization. So they're not going to be able to get that, they can't get payment for that bill from you. And it specifically says in this code section, this administrative code section, the provider may not bill or seek payment from the claimant for services determined as medically unnecessary through the use of a bona fide peer review based on accepted treatment guidelines. So basically that means if it's been denied, they cannot then seek treatment for you. What happens if you've gone, and this happens sometimes, usually with anybody who works within the BWC system, it usually doesn't happen, but it might happen if you're going to like a chiropractor that mainly handles personal injury claimants, and for whatever reason they take you on as a workers' comp client, patient, and they go ahead and they do, you know, a whole series of chirotherapy or physical therapy or whatever. And then, so in that case, what might happen is they never actually bill, and they don't bill submit the bill to the MCO on time, and they don't bill you on time. That might be a sticky situation where it's too late for them to submit to the MCO, and it's too late for you, the injured worker, to file an appeal of the denied treatment or a retroactive appeal to pay for the treatment because it's beyond the 1 year statute. They might try to get it from you, and in that situation, I would argue that this code section doesn't apply, so you're not protected by this code section. So you got to be cognizant of the treatment that you're having, and that the provider is submitting that bill to, to the MCO, or they're submitting the bill to you, so then you can submit it to the MCO. Again, most workers' comp doctors who work with a lot of injured workers, they're gonna have a whole set of people that all they're gonna do is make sure bills are submitted on time, and if they're not, they're gonna hassle your workers' comp doctor to submit a motion to have the treatment paid for or whatever. But you can't mess around with that stuff. Workers' comp, there's so many little niggly little bits and parts and pieces and things that it behooves you to get a workers' comp attorney involved to be your advocate, to answer your questions and to deal with these complicated situations that arise. It's better to have, if everything's going perfectly smooth, that's great. It's better to have them even involved in that situation rather than, oh, everything's going smooth, because usually everything's going smooth until it's not, and then you want to get a workers' comp attorney involved, and they may or may not be able to help you depending on what's going on. With that being said, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions, concerns about this issue or any other workers' comp related issue, please give me a call, an email, and I will try to answer your question to the best of my ability. If it makes sense for us to get involved representing you, we'll talk about that. Otherwise, if you don't want to talk to us, again, do a Google search, find workers' comp attorney in Ohio. There's a lot of competent workers' comp attorneys who are, will be able to answer your questions or represent you for that matter. So thanks for watching this, and until the next video.